everybody, and welcome back. Today, we're going to be checking out the Bardelas, as well as the Shot. Two very strong tanks at their BR of 7.7 in the Israeli tech tree. I know it's been a while since you've seen any sort of YouTube content from me. I'm trying to get back on the YouTube wagon, so this is my first start, taking a shot there at the BTR. Kind of getting griefed by the lamp, but also griefing myself for just sort of driving into it in the first place. But we get a second shot here in a moment, and it's a lot more fruitful. I'm sure he's surprised, as was I, that I remembered which side his ammunition was on. But as you'll see here very shortly, the Bardelas on an urban environment when your entire team is not supporting you, and they're just playing the left side and you're kind of getting overrun, it doesn't work. It doesn't work very well, and so ultimately what we'll see here is I panic, I don't think about it, I third-person aim here and try to get into his turret, and I get double swung by two King Tigers. So, you know, not the greatest start. Also, I mean, just great decal placement there, man. You're so edgy. But in any case, yeah, that was not a great start for the Bardelas. However, the match here in the Shot, I feel is one of my better performances in this vehicle, especially utilizing APDS. It's got a 105, and I think it's one of the best Centurions in the game at its BR, simply for the fact that it has a 50 cal, right? Most of the other ones, if not the vast majority of them, don't. They either have, or I think they all have 30 cals of some variety, either Swedish 30 cal or British 30 cal in some respect. But moving on here, we did kill that Tiger and Weasel, now trying to take out the Mouse. I see that his barrel's gone, so I'm going to go for a swing here in a second as soon as my teammate moves, or rather he gets immobilized, so I go for a shot anyway. But you gotta give credit to that Mouse player. Even though I was able to pen him, get the breach, using his 75 and even hitting my smoke definitely throws me off. So, you know, utilizing what he could there, I suppose, and playing quite well. But I get jump scared by an ice too. Thankfully, my reaction time is a little bit better than his, and I'm able to hit the ammunition in the back of the turret and kill him. But, I mean, he could have easily just wham-bam slammed me, and this content would have never made the light of day on YouTube. So, you know, thank goodness for that. We're going to be trying to re-peek here on the Mouse once again. Obviously a little bit scary because we don't know if he has his barrel yet. I see that the smoke's up, so I can't really peek him. It vanishes. I go for a shot, take out his gunner commander again, and this guy is just tortured. Truly just a tortured Mouse soul, except for the fact that he's graced a little bit by the fact that APDS has no angle pen, at least on barrels it would seem. Can't take out the barrel, so I have to wait patiently for another shot, and he lines up his turret, tries to look right back at me, and I just take him out. Big mistake there, buddy. Big mistake. But that's the game of playing the Mouse and IS-2, who just looks a little bit lost as well. These poor IS-2s in this match, they really do get bullied. But he goes down as well. And we see a Tiger 2. He, you know, I assumed if I don't kill the gunner, I'll probably get the ammunition in the back, but, well, as you can see, I get neither, because, you know, angle pen, etc. My teammate cleans up the kill, I don't get an assist, but honestly, I think with my first shot being as poorly as it was, it's understandable. This poor 2S1 here, I thought I could 50 cal him through his fuel tanks, but it didn't work, surprisingly. I don't know how strong those fuel tanks are, but it doesn't ultimately matter as we clean up the kill there with the second shot. And then we get shown the Luftwaffe's finest by this lovely pilot, Mr. Big Bow 14. Shoutouts. Definitely didn't type anything toxic in the chat after that. Nope. Skipping a little bit ahead here. There's a T-34 STP, and, you know, the STP, one of the strongest turrets on any T-34, I would say, and also just probably objectively the best T-34. Maybe not BR for BR, but with a stabilizer and a trolley turret like it has. I mean, all the T-34s have trolley turrets, but regardless, he eats around there, and I have to focus on the Tiger that's about to swing this angle. I take a shot, and obviously that was a terrible shot by me. It had nothing to do with APDS or anything of that fact, but popping smoke as kind of just a, yeah, I expected that to happen type of situation. And we'll just sort of reposition here. But I gauge it wrong as well. I aim way too low. I didn't see how far back the Tiger was. But thankfully, teamwork still exists in War Thunder. And he'll go down. And then you'll see here another amazing pilot coming in. to try and revenge bomb. I mean, you know, the Royal Air Force at its finest as well now. We're just getting a mix of both, but skipping ahead once again to more action that's going on here. Closer to spawn, nothing really happens, aside from the fact that I saved a teammate from burning to death. And that BTR is zipping away, able to escape the clutches of death with his no armor. Now at this point I'm at 2100 SP, so respawn points. So I'm like, I gotta play this quite carefully. I'm gonna cheese the shot, and I just go for the lower plate on the IS-2. If I was this guy, I don't know. I don't know what my reaction would be. I don't know how I'd act after dying like this, but just utilizing his teammates' corpses to my advantage, waiting for his driver to replenish, and we take him out. A pretty simple job. And yeah, move out of this spawn because, I mean, my entire team's on this side, and the enemy has capped the B point. There's an IS-3 that has capped the C point as well. I decapped the B point so the tickets stop bleeding, but I'm not going to fully cap because I'm trying to go for that nuke, and so just decapping is good enough for me. I pop smoke, but then I realized too late that I did it at the worst possible time, come through the smoke, right into the IS-3, and tried to go for his barrel as a last-ditch attempt, but it might have actually saved me, because now we're in the Hovet, and the Hovet, aka the 163 of this tech tree, is able to take out both the aircraft, so it clears my path once I get the nuke, right? So I don't have to deal with an Albatross and a 262 as I'm trying to come in with a B-29. So, yeah, the Polk goes down as well, and we'll just drive to hide our little 163 into the corner here, and there's the nuke. Now, you're gonna see some very skilled piloting in a second. Yeah, well, you know, I gotta stunt on the building a little bit. Ooh, I hit gotta, you know, give them a chance, so I clip one of my engines, and I drop the bomb here, and then I feed myself to this lovely BTR-ZD so that he can get that amazing Steam achievement. Little heart for the chat. Little heart for you guys here on YouTube. And there we go. That's the match. There's all the statistics. That's the first match on Advance to the Rhine. Over. Okay, and here we are on the beaches of Normandy, or rather just the bunkers of Normandy, as we push for Monument here in the Bardelas once again. It's, again, not the best vehicle to be pushing here, but insanely survivable Bardelas match as we eat an APH round to the turret. By that T-44, I think the turret armor on this thing just does not fuse rounds, because you'll see several times people shoot me in places where you'd expect this little guy to go down, and it simply does not. It's a trooper. It tanks damage like you wouldn't expect. And also, another nice aspect about it, other than the fact that, well, the 60mm is a little bit underwhelming at times. However, the nice aspect is you have a horizontal drive module, which you might say, oh, but Jodo, those things suck. Well, true on most tanks. However, on this one, it just essentially means that you have a spall liner in the center of your hull. So, yeah. I mean, it's... you already know my take on modules, but if you don't, not the biggest fan of them. However, you know, it benefits me here, so... who am I complaining when I'm in the Bardelas? But in the meantime, we're just holding Monument, we're taking out some people, got that T-44, took out the Rattel as well, and now we're about to take out this IS-2, who eats that round, that round destabilizes. It is what it is. I mean, you gotta expect to really have to know exactly where to aim with the 60mm, but that's the fun of it. That's why I love this tank. It's purely for the love of the game. Pinpoint accuracy, knowing where you have to hit. It's a true sport, and also the fact that you can just eat rounds like this from the 120mm solid shot that only took out my driver somehow, and I just ate another 120mm to the turret. So, you know, obviously a solid shot there is not going to do a whole lot. There's not a whole lot of armor to spall on, but, you know, it's unfortunate that we go down here to an M48. I thought that our Walker Bulldog was aware. I thought that our M56 might have been more aware, but yeah, the M56 goes down as well, so catches me off guard from that angle. And we'll bring back the shot in this match. Sitting back on Monument. Well, before we get to Monument, there's a little bit of chaos that that happens. First, I don't know why we're playing the Tortoise in 2026. No hate to anybody who likes it, but it's kind of rough. As exemplified there with 2 shots to kill. At least it's 2 and not 1. But regardless, yeah, the shot is just a very good backup for the Bardelas if the Bardelas plans don't go right. And you'll see here why. Obviously, trying to take a shot into the T-44, but he's too heavily angled, and so the round just ricochets. Now, you'll see the Tigers getting hit by someone off of our right side, and we eat a round from the T-44 there. And, you know, I was not paying attention well enough, or as well as I should have, maybe, to what was actually shooting him. And how that Surbase was missing was kind of the most baffling part. Like, he's shooting a Tiger 2, and he's hit him with 4 rounds at this point. I just realized he's there. He also bounces around off of me. I don't know how he did any of that to any of us. It just almost seems like he's trying to go for the record of most hits without any kills. But we take out his gunner commander there. I was hoping for an ammo rack, but no dice. However, going for the follow-up shot, taking out the turret crew, and he will go down. So we'll push up to Monument here. And we'll fight a T-3485. I wish I could say my aim was better, but it's really not. It's really not. We take 2 shots into the T-44. He escapes, and that's going to be kind of a thorn in our side for the rest of our time on Monument, really. Just trying to bait him out again is going to be the difficult part. So what I'm going to do in the meantime is try and peek towards the spawn side of the wall and see if we can hit any more people trying to push towards main or trying to push towards B, because at the moment we have pretty good control over the map. As you can see, our whole team is actually doing quite well, so shout out to them in this match. But yeah, just really paranoid about that T-34, really paranoid about him pushing again. I get shot in the side of the turret. I decide I'll re-peek it. I take the shot, blind shot, and it ricochets up and back into the I believe that's the artillery piece for China, the PZL or the one of the big artillery boys for China. But I'm baiting, pretending like I'm focusing my attention forward, and when he swings, the T-34 will go down here. So I just bait him to re-peek by MGing a random spot on the monument, and he'll go down. So that was a good plan. I hear a jet coming in, or rather a plane. It sounds like it's coming right over me. It's a Tu-2. I try and hit the Fab 1000, but I just can't hit it. So I get my tank literally rocked, and could not find the gunner on that SU-100P. Should have gone for breach or maybe even barrel, and that would have been a more fruitful attempt. But yeah, we go down there as well. And here, I'll show you guys a clip. A better example of why the Bardelas probably would have been better in that scenario of just shooting down aircraft. Having 330 cals is kind of underrated. You really do just get to farm people quite easily. But here's the final match of the day. It's here on the map I completely forget the name of because it's only good on one side. But we're sitting in my favorite position on this map. And I hear that T-44-100 shoot, so go for an ammo rack in the back of the turret just to secure it. And we take him down. I must say, in positions like this, the Bardelas really does shine because you're not fully a part of, or you're not completely in at the attention of your enemy, but you're just enough of a nuisance to get by. As you can see there was a Type 69 that tried to take a shot at us. Now he's just shooting corpses next to me. And we're going to take out the most dangerous player on the map there, T-34-57, GG. He goes down. Still trying to scout out some targets that might be pushing from their spawn. I see this IS-4. It's a Hail Mary shot. I should have aimed lower, but it gets volumetric. And yeah, it just right into the side. Does not pan. Also could have been partially due to the distance that I was firing at. But waiting to see if I can get another angle on the T-40, or sorry, the IS-4. And we do. We get a transmission shot. And at this point, I'm pretty confident that I can kill him. You know, this dart is small, but it's also mighty, chat. We get the engine with the second shot, and the third shot I'm just going to try and aim to the ammo rack. Okay, it doesn't bend, but you know, I mean, it's the next shot, the fourth shot, ammo racks him. It takes about, what the difference between the fourth and the third shot? Yeah, I couldn't tell you, but, you know, it works sometimes. If it works, you know? T-30, or sorry, I mean, the ZSU-57 getting taken out as well. And I hear an aircraft coming in, but it's a friendly, thankfully. So I don't need to be too paranoid. Another swing here because they just really have not been trying to combat me. I was hoping for an ammo rack on that T-44, but to no avail. And I realized that there's a Wheezy trying to swing me here, so I back off the angle before taking that shot on the T-44. And I wait for the Wheezy. I'm expecting the Wheezy to be pretty aggressive here because he's the guy that I breached the Type 69 from earlier. I breached him, and then he got bombed by my teammate. And that's the guy that's trying to press me in the Wheezy right now. So I hear him rushing. I didn't think he would be pushing this quickly. But I'm able to swing in time and take him out, thankfully. We swing back around as he's scouted. And it's a pretty easy cleanup job here. Or actually, it's a ZSU, a Hungarian ZSU. Oh, Ice3 tries to peek over the ridge. And he just can't get enough gun depression, so we're just going to torture him for the rest of his time. Go for the lower plate again. And clean up the turret crew. But yeah, the Bardelas, man, it's small but mighty. You gotta like this thing. If you play it in a very conservative manner, you can get away with a lot of stuff that you would otherwise not. It's kind of like the same mentality that, you know, some players have when they bring like a really low BR vehicle into high BRs. They try and hide, they try and play ratty, they try and, you know, pull out all the stops. And that's sort of what you have to do in this thing as well. But we take out the T-44, and now we're continuing on to try and kill the AMX M4 here, who I just hit on the move. Kind of surprised that I hit that shot in the first place. And we're just pushing up to him. I'm a little bit scared that potentially there might be someone pushing from the spawn. Like, he's not going to be the only one in the spawn or close to the spawn. I do see this Type 69 did kill my teammate next to me, the Rakeen Automat. So I'm assuming the Type 69 is probably going to know where I am as well. But we're just going to keep pressing on to try and get the AMX M4. Because I think that's the more crucial target. We've already damaged him, we've already maimed him, so we know it's a potentially free kill here. And he's not the best at hiding, I must admit, chat. He just kind of sat behind this one hill. And, I mean, yeah, the rest is really history. Get his commander gunner once again. And clean him up with the follow-up shot as he tries to escape. So close to a nuke in this match, but yeah, I mean, the tickets bled out too quickly, and we couldn't really take full advantage of our dominance there. Eat another round from the C-13. Another small boy on small boy violence. And that's the match. Those are the statistics, and I just want to say thank you so much for watching. It's been a while since I made a YouTube video, but I hope you guys enjoyed.